Did you know that your 3D printer is a piece of art? This isn't some sort of riddle. Go take a look at your printer, look at all the curves, all of the straight pieces, take a look at how it looks industrial but also homely at the same time. But you might be looked at a little bit weird if you go and slap your 3D printer on the wall as a decoration. Thankfully, 3D printers can print out decorations that you can slap on the wall, and instead of getting looked at weirdly, people are going to ask you where you got them from and how many thousands of dollars you paid for a modern art piece when really it only cost you 22 cents in gold filament. Today, I'm going to show you 8 of the coolest 3D printed art pieces that coincidentally don't look 3D printed, which is why they're amazing. These prints look like they came straight out of an art gallery and would cost you a fortune. But I'm not just going to show you stuff that's mounted on the wall. I'm going to show you statues and even some functional things that just look amazing. Because art is subjective, you should stick around and really see if there's something you like at the very end. I know I would like if you hit that subscribe button because we're trying to hit 30k. Or you could become a channel member like Kevin King, Daniel Benson, or Robin Edwards and see this video before everybody else and some other cool perks. But you don't have to do any of that. All I want you to do is enjoy the video and enjoy the prints, which are all going to be linked down below. So if you see anything that you fancy, go print it out for yourself. This video is going to be a little bit shorter because I can only say things look so cool and so awesome and don't look 3D printed so many times, but it's true. Our first print is going to take us over to thangs.com for this moss planter. This is the 80 by 60 millimeter version if you're just curious. I chose this print because not only does it look amazing, see, I told you I would say it, I just didn't think it'd be that quick, but it actually uses a really cool functionality of your printer to print it out, which is called fuzzy skin. Fuzzy skin is how you get that really nice texture on the side that makes it look not 3D printed because you can't see a layer line in this at all. The creator of this print left some very detailed instructions on how to set this up in your slicer. No matter what you're using, there's instructions for you Bambu guys, you Prusa guys, Cura guys. That's really all the slicers I can think of, but there's probably instructions for whatever you're using. These instructions were super easy to follow. I had no questions and no problems whatsoever. This was my very first attempt at printing this thing out and it turned out great. It also just so happened to perfectly fit this fake plant that I've had sitting around for a while with nowhere to put it. How convenient. The other nice thing about this print is you can scale it up or down depending on the size of the plant that you want to put in it. Say that 3 times fast. You probably can. You probably don't struggle with your words like I do, but personally that was probably take number 5. I just thought you should know. On to the next print. All the rest of these are going to be on MakerWorld, just so you know. You thought all these prints were going to be for the wall. That is not the case. We're starting out with 2 bangers that do not go on a wall. I mean, you could put them on a shelf, which is pretty close to a wall, but it's not a picture frame, so it doesn't count. This is the Etheral Embrace sculpture. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Either way, it's a very nice looking modern art piece. You like how I threw in nice looking instead of saying amazing or cool? I'm trying to get more diverse with my words. But it does look pretty cool, I mean, you can't lie. Even printed out of standard black PLA, I could easily see this thing sitting on a shelf in a very fancy house. Little does everyone else know, this only took 85 grams of filament, which is not too heavy on the checkbook if you know what I mean. Now there were a lot of supports to remove from this print, but I had no issues removing these supports. I didn't even use that little PETG interface trick. No, this is just standard PLA, no problems with support removal. And there's definitely some sort of hidden meaning to this print that you can come up with, like how fragile the print is, just like how fragile life is. But that's all way above my head. I just think it looks cool. There it is. I told you I'd say that too. Alright, you all knew it was coming. Here's a print where I'm gonna say, hey, wait a second, this gold PLA looks really good. It doesn't look yellow like other gold filaments. This actually looks gold. And that's because it does. This is the modern tabletop candlestick. If you want to make your house look like it's straight out of Beauty and the Beast, then this is the print for you. I know it says candlestick in the title, but I'm pretty sure this is more like a tea light situation. I don't really think you're going to be able to get a full candlestick in this thing, which doesn't make it any less useful. Actually, that makes it way more useful because with those little battery powered tea lights, you don't have to worry about candles dripping. You don't have to worry about an actual open flame in your house because that is actually very dangerous. I don't think you understand how many fires start every year from people that start candles and just never stop them. Just use the battery operated ones, trust me. I know they don't smell as good, they kind of smell a little plasticky at times, they're way safer. And then you're not sitting at work on your lunch break wondering if you remembered to blow out that candle this morning or not. The worst thing that can happen now is you come home and you gotta swap out the battery because it died halfway through your day. Back to the print, this is gonna take you 8.6 hours if you want to print out all 3. I decided to just print out one of them in a little bit over an hour, but it's fully up to you how many or how little you want to print out, and that is going to directly affect your print time. Obviously, I don't know why I told you that because that is just common sense. This next print is the Pilot Star Wars wall art. I told you wouldn't have to wait long for a wall mounted print. I feel like the word cool is appropriate when we're talking about Star Wars because it is cool. What's also cool about this print is it does not require an AMS, so all you folks without the AMS, no worries, you can still print this out. With that in mind, it does print out on 2 plates, and you can print it on your A1 Mini. This print is just green flags everywhere. You can print it on your A1 Mini, no AMS required. I guess there's 2 green flags, but still, that's better than none or just 1. 2 is better than 1. This might not be the print that you throw in your living room for everybody to see. This might be like one of those side hallways, like a hallway you gotta take to get to the bathroom. So that way not everybody is seeing it. It's just there if you're looking for it. Or you could throw it in like a movie room if you have that kind of money to have a movie room. Then you're probably not printing out art. You're probably actually buying real art if you can afford a movie room. If you have a room that has a TV in it, perfect print for that. Perfect print. Or you can put it on the wall in your office so you always have a reminder when you're working that there is something to look forward to at home. I'm not sure where I'm going with that one, but it's just a cool thing to put in your office. Next, we have the minimalist design snake statue. If you couldn't tell just by looking at it, this print would look great on maybe like a wood grain table with a glass of whiskey by it and a book in the background. And make sure the lights are really low. That would look amazing. Almost like, you know, exactly what Delta Prints put as the picture. That's so weird. I wonder where I got that from. The standard dimensions for this print are about 200 by 200 by 200, so it just makes a nice little cube. However, you can scale this up or down just like all the other prints. This print did print out with some supports for the snake head, however, just like the other print in the video, no issues with removal whatsoever. If you walk into somebody's house and you see this, you're gonna know right away. They are either really mysterious, possibly crime fighting, detective, and their voice is super deep and they always have a cigar in their mouth, or they just really like snakes. Or maybe possibly they make 3D printing YouTube videos and they have to 3D print the prints before they show them on the video because they need something to take a video of. But then they feel bad throwing them away, so they just kind of put them all over their house in random places, even though it doesn't make sense. So I guess if you see this print around, you really just don't know. It could mean anything. Next, we have another possible wall decoration for you. However, you don't have to put this one on your wall. You can put it anywhere you want. This is the Brembo Brake decoration. This is for all you car guys out there. If you haven't noticed by watching my previous videos, I love cars and used to be a car guy. In fact, I still would be if I had the money to mod a car and not have to worry about breaking it, but there's just no way I'm going to spend that much money on a car and make it more unreliable. I don't think I'm going to be up at night thinking about how much wear is on these pads. I scaled this print up 175% to almost fill up the entire build plate because I want it to be as close to the real size as possible. What I like about this print is you can print the caliber in any color you want and the words in any color you want, but I just had to go for that classic red caliber and white letter combo. It's just exactly what you think of when you picture Brembo brakes. Okay, I think we've hit pretty much every category for a standard video like mine. The only thing we haven't gotten is a practical print, which, I mean, are you surprised? This is an art video all about non-practical prints. I'm still fitting a practical print in there. It's just like, it's in my DNA to get practical prints in these videos. You gotta admit though, this one definitely is an art piece. And the practicality of it is not so practical. It's more of like a nice side effect practicalness. You know what I mean? This is the desk flip calendar. This one does, however, require an AMS. So unlike all those other prints, this one you will need an AMS. And that's because you're painting on the numbers onto the background. I don't know why I explained that to you. I've been explaining a lot of things to you today that just don't need to be explained. I do gotta say, this one takes a lot of print time and a lot of plates. A little bit over 8 hours and 7 plates. On the bright side, it can be printed out on your A1 Mini. With that in mind, if you want to open up your slicer and kind of do some rearranging on where the things are, you can print this out in 3 to 4 plates, no problem. Of course, I decided to go with my favorite color at the moment in green. Can you tell? I mean, like, there's no way that you could tell that that's my favorite color. I've been explaining way too many things in this video that don't need to be explained. All you need to know is that this is a calendar and it has all of the days, all of the months, everything you need to tell proper time. Dates, at least. You're not telling actual time throughout the day. This isn't a clock. This is just the days. Calendar. That's it. This is a calendar. The next print is the minimalist mountain bookends. Alright, I guess I did squeeze 2 practical prints in this art video somehow. I know I did it, but it's just I had to. This is definitely more on the art side than the practical side, but it does serve a practical purpose at holding your books together. This is one of those prints that I think would look good in almost any color. I mean, if you pick like a super bright or maybe like a rainbow wouldn't look great, but any solid matte color is probably a really strong choice for this print. Yes, it is practical. It really does hold your books where they need to be, and it stops them from falling over, and it just looks cool on your bookshelf. What more could you ask for? That's all I got for you today. I hope you enjoyed those prints. This was a little bit more of a different video because I typically do practical prints than art prints, but I wanted to switch it up a little bit. Really keep you all on your toes. You never know what I'm gonna do next. I might make a top 10 multicolored rainbow dragon video. You don't know. I can do anything I want. You probably know me well enough that I'm just not gonna do that though. If you did know that already, then maybe you should subscribe because you know me pretty well. That means you've been watching my videos for a while. It's right in the rule book. I don't know where the rule book is, but I'm telling you it's in there. I wouldn't lie to you guys. I really do want to take a second to thank all of you. The amount of growth on this channel just in the past month alone is far greater than anything I could have ever imagined, and that is all thank you to you. So on a serious note, I do appreciate you so much. This wouldn't be possible without you. Thank you so much for being here. And I bet you won't subscribe. I had to say it. I had to. I just couldn't not say it. It's like an addiction. As soon as there's a camera in my face, I just have to say subscribe. I don't have any control over it. I wish I did. But really, you should let me know what you think of this video in the comments down below. Let me know if there's some other prints that you'd like to see in a part 2 to this video, or tell me if I just absolutely nailed it out of the park. It's not very often that I do, but every once in a while I don't get any criticism. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Maybe people are just too scared to tell me how they really feel and they're just faking it that these videos are okay and they don't want to hurt my feelings. You're not. You can say whatever you want in those comments. But if you're still watching this video, there's a good chance you probably liked it, so you could go check out some of my other videos because they're probably a lot like this one. Or maybe I'm just sitting somewhere playing in the background and you're probably thinking to yourself, huh, that's weird, that video is playing in the background and now he's talking directly to me. This is like breaking the fourth wall. But I do want you to have a great rest of your day, and I will see you on the next video.